Hey guys, Joshua here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Canon 6D Mark II. Inside the box, you get a strap, battery charger, battery, manual, and obviously the camera. First off, let me just say that I'll be taking a look at this camera from an entirely YouTube video perspective instead of the photographer's perspective, which a lot of people have covered, and that is why I won't be focusing much on the photo taking aspects of this camera. For the tech geeks out there who like their specs, the 6D Mark II sports a new 26MP CMOS full frame sensor, 45-point all-cross type AF system, ISO of 100 to 4000 but it is expandable to 100 and 2400, Wi-Fi with NFC and Bluetooth, built-in GPS, a 3-inch fully articulating touchscreen, and dual pixel AF for both stills and video capture. For its ports, there is a mic jack, mini HDMI port, and also a mini USB port. The camera is lacking a headphone jack though, so you won't be able to monitor your audio through external headphones, and you just have to keep an eye on your audio levels when you're recording to ensure that you get your proper audio levels, and it only takes one single SD card in the camera. For me, I find this camera to be one of the most perfect cameras out there for YouTube creators due to the fact that it has this articulating screen, which makes it super easy to check your focus and ensure that your exposure is correct. I cannot stress how important this is, especially when you're running on a tight schedule and want to ensure you get regular uploads when you are filming and recording and you only have a few hours a day, that sort of thing. I don't know how many times I've gone through the XT2 and it somehow just fails on me because it'll stop recording halfway when I'm through ranting or talking about the specs, etc. So yeah, having this to be able to monitor and make sure that nothing goes wrong is amazing. The next fact is that this camera has dual pixel autofocus, which is basically Canon's most amazing autofocus feature ever. So it can very accurately track your face, so even if you're moving frontwards or backwards, it will maintain the same focus and be able to keep your face in focus when you're vlogging or recording. And not only that, it doesn't need to just rely on face tracking. You can actually just tap on the screen and whatever object you have in front of the camera, you tap on it and it will also maintain focus, and it is super reliable and very fast. Continuing on, this camera is very nice because the color science on Canon cameras is actually very comparable to even the Fuji cameras. When I was using Nikon last time, the amount of post-processing color work that I had to do on my videos and images was way too much. So I really appreciate the fact that Canon has this really amazing color science, which makes my workflow so much easier because I don't need to do much color grading or making sure the skin tones are correct and whatnot in post-processing, because usually the camera gets it pretty right. The 6D Mark II is a full frame camera, so what this means is that whatever lens you put on, say like a 16mm, it's going to be the full 16mm, unlike the GH5, which is a micro four thirds camera, or even the Fuji X-T2, which is a crop frame camera. These would require a different kind of lens, so you can't just adapt the lens to another without having that zoomed in image. With a full frame camera, you will also be getting a much nicer depth of field, and to me, it gives a much more pleasing image when you introduce background blur into your videos. Unfortunately, this camera is not all sunshines and rainbows. The fact that turned many people away from this camera is that it does not shoot 4K. It only shoots 1080p at 60 FPS, which is the max for this camera alone. So I actually watched this video where there was an open forum panel where some Canon photographers were justifying the fact of why there is no 4K built in, and I'll drop a link to that in the description box below if you're interested in checking that out. But long story short, they tried to justify it by saying that this is a camera meant more for photographers, resolution isn't everything and whatnot. But the argument that I believe in is that Canon just didn't want to cannibalize their top-end cameras like the 5D Mark IV or the 1DS Mark II, which are both capable of shooting 4K. Even though this does not shoot in 4K, I still do think that this is one of the best, if not most perfect camera for YouTube. Why? Because most of the content that we upload is still in 1080p and we do not upload in 4K. 4K content is still not the norm for most consumers, so I do think that it's fine that it only records in 1080p. Coming to the end, this is definitely not the camera for you if you're a pro who is doing like commercials or music videos, but you don't need me to tell you that. And anyways, I really think that this is one of the best YouTube and vlogging cameras out there for any content creator that wants to step up their game and produce a bit higher content, because like I said, I do like a full frame sensor more because to me it provides a more pleasing image. All you need to do is add on an external mic like a Rode or Shure mic and you are definitely good to go. For me personally, this is going to be my main camera for all the future videos that I'm going to shoot until someone releases the next iteration. Maybe a camera like this which ticks all the boxes of having a nice articulating screen, great autofocus and beautiful color science, but maybe putting 4K in, because at the same time I do like sometimes cropping in a bit more, so with 4K it makes it a bit easier. But yeah, 1080p for me now is good enough. That's all for this week, and if you're in the market for a new camera, I do hope that this info somehow helped you one way or another. But do remember, do more research, because everyone has their own preferences when it comes to a camera and different needs when it comes to buying a new camera. I wish you luck, and yeah, thanks for watching. Remember, like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!